Good morning, LinkedIn family. It's time for another Coffee with Bob. And today I am very, very pleased to be with the man, the myth, the legend, Monte Clark. Monte and I have been connected for some time now. I even took his master class, which I highly recommend. He's one of these guys that really personifies for me the one connection can change a life, because he's helped me out quite a bit. So I appreciate it. If you're not connected to Monte, please connect. Follow him. Definitely engage with him. When you follow him, you get tons of great tips for LinkedIn. Monte, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Nice to have you on.
Robert, that's one of the nicest intros I've ever received on a podcast, man. That's really great. Thank you for that.
So tell us, I mentioned the master class because I took it and really enjoyed it. Why don't you tell the folks a little bit about what you're doing here?
Oh, I really appreciate that. The master class is designed to show people how to build a business using LinkedIn. So, LinkedIn is about one part marketing, two parts sales, right? And so while there's a lot of people that are on LinkedIn, there's not a lot of people that specialize in marketing and sales at the same time, right?
Right. Yeah.
But LinkedIn is the one platform that marries these two perfectly. And so if you understand the platform and how it works and how to actually do outreach and how to build your own personal brand, then it's an exceptional technology for building any B2B company. And in fact, there's some companies that have products that if you sell those in a B2B process, for instance, I help a company that sells crab cakes. And we have just been crushing it on LinkedIn. And you wouldn't think that you could sell crab cakes on LinkedIn, but we do it every single day. So with the right strategies, anybody in the B2B space can build a business using LinkedIn.
Awesome. Yeah, I really love it as a form of connecting and learning new things. I constantly learn stuff, especially from you. I mean, your posts are fantastic. I mean, you give out gold every day.
Thank you.
And really need to be followed. So for someone or a company first getting started out on LinkedIn, what's like the biggest tip that you can give them to really dive in to get going?
Yeah, there's posting and then engaging people, right? So a lot of times what people think is when they jump on LinkedIn, well, first thing that I need to do is I need to start posting. I need to get content out there, right? But I don't advise it. It's not something that you have to jump into right away. The number one thing that you should be doing on LinkedIn when you're just getting starting is engaging other people. Now, the other thing that people think is that, well, engaging other people means that I just need to connect, right? I just need to go out and connect to 100 different people. You don't actually have to do that. Connecting is good. You should be connecting with your target market. Now, if lots of people have different strategies with this, but if you're trying to build a business, right, you want to identify that target market and you want to try and connect with the people that are going to matter to you. However, you need to take some time to do a little bit of research online about who's in your market and who you can actually do business with. If you're looking for a job, the same thing applies. You need to research companies and you need to research opportunities that exist out there. And even if they don't exist, you still need to engage the people that are going to matter to you. So find content that's relevant. Find the content that's relevant to you and put good quality comments on that content. The more you do that, you're going to start becoming known to the people that you want to become known by. And then you can begin connecting with those people and doing your direct outreach through the messaging of LinkedIn and start producing the relationships that are going to lead to opportunities.
Yeah. And you're right. Engagement is so important. And engagement is more than a simple like, right? Or emoji or nice job or exactly, or it's about adding to the conversation, wouldn't you say?
Exactly right. Yes. And so many people don't understand that as you engage with comments and content, you're actually creating content, right? So the better the comment that you make, you can actually, I've been out to posts where people were talking about LinkedIn, or they were talking about building business and so on and so forth. And I put in some comments, and I didn't take it over, but it's almost like you do become a new post feed within the comment section of somebody else's post, because you can create engageable content just by what you're saying in there, and you can have 10, 15, 20 different people come in and join that conversation.
Yeah, that's amazing. And those people surprisingly all become followers at some point or another, especially if they're digging your content, right?
Oh, no doubt about it. In fact, I don't need to necessarily send out a single connection request if I'm out there and I'm engaging other people's content.
Right.
Because if you're engaging people's content, they're naturally going to want to engage with you. So you'll start getting followers, you'll start getting people that are going to want to connect with you on a daily basis without ever even sending a connection message.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's fun to play around with it a little bit as well too. I can't remember the last time I actually sent out a connection request. So let me ask you this question. I am in the process of weeding out some of my connections because I maxed out at 30,000 and I can't accept new connections, which I want to do. So I'm going through and weeding out some of the other ones, which is an arduous task at best.
Oh, yes.
What's your recommendation for that? I mean, how do you manage that?
For weeding out your connections?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I would do is, you look in your network and you look at who's active on the platform, right? So that's kind of my first barometer: who's active and who's engaging and who's doing something that I can actually engage with, right? So that in every connection network that people have, you're going to have people that either aren't on LinkedIn or haven't engaged it in months. Okay, so those connections are not going to be of value to you because they're going to be very hard to get in front of because they're simply not on the platform. So I would start by looking at the people that aren't active and that aren't going to provide value for you. And then the second step would be look at the people who you just know you're not going to be able to value them in any way, and they're not going to be able to value you.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then remove all those first. So, or second, I should say. But honestly, there's no good way, since LinkedIn has removed the ability to be able to select all and then remove. It's just a one-by-one process.
It is
unfortunate.
Man, yeah.
I understand why they did it.
Well, yeah, I do too. But I would think if they're going to do something like that, they should release us from the 30,000 connection limit then. Especially for those of us who pay a premium account, right?
Absolutely. I've never understood the 30,000 limit. I think it's just a holdover that they've had, since the platform existed.
Yeah.
There's definitely things that I would love to see change on LinkedIn. That would be one of them.
Yeah, they're coming out with some great changes. So I'm hopeful that that's a change that's probably on the horizon soon.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, Monte, thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming on. This was fun. Some great conversation. I definitely want to do it again.
I'd love to.
If you're up for it. I think that we should do a live show where we can have people come in and do Q&A with you.
That'd be fantastic. I'd love to do that with you.
Yeah, I've gotten the live. I haven't taken it. I've only taken advantage of it twice. So I really need to do that, and I'm trying to come up with good ways. So maybe
I think you'd be great at it, Robert.
Thanks, I appreciate that. So thank you again. As I said, one connection can change a life. Monte could be that connection. Connect, follow, and engage with them. And by all means, if you want to learn how to sell and market at the same time on LinkedIn, take his masterclass. You won't regret it. Thanks again, Monte. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you, Robert.
Okay.
You too.
Bye.